Well, hey, it's day 11 of Drop 'em 78, and we are here today with the Knave of Coins from Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. And Paul Hewson's work, both the guidebook to this deck, as well as and especially the mystical origins of the tarot, has an excellent section on the creation of the court cards and then explanation throughout on some symbolism that can be attributed to them, which is super cool. And somewhere in the 1400s, began a tradition of naming the court cards of French playing card decks, which at that time were kings, queens, and knaves, after romantic legendary characters from medieval romances, including the Nine Worthies. The Nine Worthies were heroic figures from antiquity, and other characters such as this, which is Lancelot. Lancelot is not one of the Nine Worthies, although Arthur is. And he is known for wanting to be loyal to Arthur, but his downfall being his amorous tendencies, especially toward Guinevere, and kind of failing at his quest for the Grail. And there's one deck of cards at least that labels this as contradiction, which seems appropriate for Lancelot. And it's worth noting too that even the Knave of Clubs, or Clovers, was known as Lancelot until for quite some time in French playing cards. And remember that Atea associates coins with clubs or clovers because of this shape here in the coins. And that contradiction kind of continues where the upright meanings for Atea are kind of typical page meanings, a student, apprentice, inexperienced, that kind of thing, but also reflection and meditation. Whereas reversed, it's an overdriving hunger for money, or being degraded by too much lust for money, being willing to do anything for money, that kind of thing. And comparing that to the Marseille Valet of Coins, which I would associate with being inexperienced, not knowing how to handle your money very well, needing some help financially. Oh, and it's also worth noting that Taya associated this card with a dark-haired male youth, but the earlier Balinese deck would have had a Fantesca or Fantessa, and so it would represent a young woman. And as far as my day goes, I can't help but be reminded of my adult son, who is newly navigating the work world and having to come up with rent money and things like that in this really brutal job market that we have right now. So that's kind of on my mind a lot, and definitely I'm reminded of that with this version. I would not compare him to Lancelot at all. And I earlier mentioned loyalty, and so the detail that strikes me is this dog. The dog could definitely be representing the loyal aspect of Lancelot. Well, that is what I have for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.